UFC 326 fight week, man. Now, this card is honestly a little disappointing. This card is honestly disappointing. The next card we get, Kevin Vallejos versus Josh Emmett, is way more stacked than this, by the way. Go take a look at that. You know what? We'll do it together. The Kevin Vallejos versus Josh Emmett card is honestly, Jose Medina is a legend. They cut Jose Medina. They cut him. They literally cut him today, sadly. But look at this card. Now, Omar Sy versus Ion Chutabella, banger. Banger. Harry Hardwick, Steven Asplan, Vitor Pereño, Andre Fili, Jose Delgado, Brad Tavares, Eric Anders, Elijah Smith, So Young Yu, Chris Curtis, Maitalek Orbalati, Bruno Silva, Charles Johnson. This whole card is bussin'. But then you look at the BMF card, and it is just... Harry Hardwick can walk. Hey, they're going to wheel him out to the octagon and use his knees there. You look at this BMF card, and it's just like... I mean, don't get me wrong. There's big names on this card. Cody Garbrandt, Cody Durden, Suda Majari, Dante Johnson, Cody Brundage. We're going to see another Cody Brundage loss, by the way. Bruno Ferreira versus RoboCop 2, the rematch. Drew Dober's on here. Rob Font, Raul Rojas. The co-main event, star-studded Carl Brajalo versus RDR. But if you ask me, the Josh Emmett, Kevin Vallejos card is way better than this. But let's dive into it, man. Max Holloway versus Charles Oliveira for the main event for the BMF. Damn, 71% of people are picking Max Holloway via finish. Via finish is crazy, right? Via KO, TKO is crazy, right? When's the last time Max has ever KO'd anybody? Chung Sung Hyung. Well, besides Justin. 2023. Look. Max is at a reach disadvantage by 5 inches. Okay, he is. He's at a size disadvantage, not in height, but in muscle mass. He is at a power disadvantage, at a finishing disadvantage, at a submission disadvantage. A bunch of advantages go to Charles Oliveira. A bunch. You know what else goes for Charles Oliveira? Revenge. Revenge. Max Holloway brought out the quitter, allegedly, in Charles Oliveira. We still don't know what happened. He suffered like an esophagus tear and fell down to the floor when he fought Max Holloway back in the day, right? So this is a revenge thing for Charles, number one. The other revenge angle on this is winner of this fights Arman if Arman stays at 155. Because I'm thinking Arman moves up to 170 and fights Islam. That's what I'm hoping for. That makes the most sense. Max by decision. Charles has no power in his punches. Say that to Justin Gaethje. Now, I can't defend the... and say that Marticio's Gamrot. E-Rock, let's be real. Max is not losing this shit, my guy. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. As a man who bets against Charles Oliveira every single time I bet against Charles Oliveira, I can't here. I bet against Charles against Gamrot. I had no problem doing it. No problem. But against Max, I can't. For whatever reason, even when Max went up to fight Justin, and I know I'm not wrong because Max was the heavy underdog, I thought Max was walking out to his fucking funeral. I did. And look what happened. Okay? I really think that Charles Oliveira is gonna put Max down viciously. I think that Max is used to fighting these dudes. Hey, thank you for the follow. I think that Max is used to fighting these dudes that are smaller than him, at a size disadvantage, at a power disadvantage, reach. Like, he's just used to having all the advantages, working everybody. Welcome to 155, where you don't have that many advantages. You know what I'm saying? Where we have Charles Oliveira with the 5-inch reach advantage, with the submission advantage, with the finishing advantage, with the power advantage. I think Charles Oliveira gets this done on the feet. Not even fucking joking. I'm not even tweaking like that. I didn't even get to go outside and inhale chemicals before the stream. Charles' underrated knockout power, but then the grappling against Max will be the chef's kiss. Exactly. Ilya's power outweighs any reach advantage. That's a fact. Bro, his boxing defense is 10 times better than Charles. Charles isn't boxing Max Holloway. Thank the Lord. This is an MMA fight. Charles is Brazilian, bro. He's going to be throwing teeps to the body, teeps to the face, cracking the base, hitting the leg kicks, okay? Throwing elbows, mashing, putting people in clinches. Charles is going to win this fight by any means possible. The thing is, Charles wants the KO. Charles wants this fight via finish, bro. He needs the revenge. He needs this revenge. Because after Charles gets the revenge right here against Max, he's going to get the revenge against Arman Tsarukyan. And that's where that ends. Because, Lord, you're not getting the revenge against Ilya. You're not. All right? Let's just be real here. Let's just be real. Max will be boxing him. Okay? All right? You box all you want. The teep is going through your guard. I could teep all day. It's going through your guard. Nah? It's going to happen, boys. It's going to happen. We're 3-2 in main events this year. We went with Justin. We went with Diego. We went with... Oh, no, we're 2-2. We went with Justin. We went with Diego. We went with Vinicius Oliveira. We went with Loner Kavanaugh. We're 2-2. We're 2-2. That's why he's my GOAT. Max will not defend the teep. Exactly. Max is literally better at range than Charles. Well, Charles has more range than him. He has a 5-inch reach advantage. 5-inch reach advantage, by the way. 2-3. No. 3-2 incoming, boys. 3-2 incoming. Justin got robbed against Charles? No, he got choked out. Dog Charles is getting touched up on the feet against Gamrot. What? Sure, for like what? An exchange? For like what? One exchange? Let's be serious here. Max is not winning this fight. He tapped his joke, but the ref took it too serious. That's fair. Iraq, Charles is losing. He could. Max brutally KO. No. Max does not brutally KO anybody. Max doesn't brutally KO anybody. Let me up there. No. Max doesn't brutally KO anybody. I'm betting 500 on Max. You're betting 500 on Max for like a $200? What is he, minus 250? I don't know about that, man. Charles Dublanc Oliveira, man. Look. Charles, hey. Thank you for the follow, bro. Charles Oliveira, look. I'm betting my bloodline on Charles. Exactly. I have a bet on Rob Font, Oliveira, and Israel. Okay. You know we throw money on both these dudes, though. That's fair. I'm putting bread on Charles, man. I'm putting my hard-earned money on Charles Oliveira, man. I am. Chiwiwi's winning. Look. How do you feel about Chiwiwis? Look, man. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I am not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan of Raul. Raul? In my head, Raul is still coming off that loss to Christian Rodriguez. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm really not. No matter how many cans you throw in front of Raul, I don't like him, bro. I don't like him. I bet he's improved a lot. I mean, Yeah. But Lord, would it be funny. I keep saying Lord today. I might have to go to church. I might have to go to church, alright? It would be funny. It would be hilarious if Rob Font upsets Raul Rojas Jr. It would be fucking hilarious. Hilarious. Hilarious, bro. Raul walks around like he is from Israel. Okay? Take that as you must. Alright? Raul is one of the most, like, outlandish motherfuckers out here. Alright? Not even outlandish. Bro's just, like, out of pocket. He's, like, just out of pocket. We going Raul for the parlay? Nah, not me. Not me. Not me. Off the dome. Off the dome. Because we're going to build the parlay tomorrow on stream. Off the dome. This is the E-Rock parlay. But don't quote me to it. Because we're going to build it tomorrow on stream. It might change. Off the dome. It is Sunamajeri. Because I love me some Sunamajeri. It is Dante Johnson. It is Long Xiao, the guy fighting Cody Garbrandt. And it is Drew Dober. Alright? Harassment and bullying? Oh, here we go. I've been restricted again. That's my parlay, boys. That is the E-Doggy parlay. Alright? Drew Dober going. The plot armor doesn't allow it. The plot armor, damn, literally 50-50. We're going to go deeper and break down this whole card tomorrow, boys. We did a lot of topics today. We did an hour of topics. Now, I would love to do more. You're only saying Drew because Michael is black. Yeah. Okay? I'm a bettor, and I look at the statistics, okay? I don't give a fuck if Drew Dober is beating people with only yellow shorts. If I see somebody walk in with yellow shorts, I'm going to consider putting money on them, all right? You know what I mean? You got to take the wins with the losses, okay? Who wins? Ilya is Ilya. Round 1 KO TKO viciously. Viciously. All right? Let's get into it. Hey. That was a long newscast, okay? That was a long newscast. If you guys want to check out my VODs, check out E-Rock MMA on YouTube, boys, all right? It's where we post all of the VODs from every stream. We clip it up and shit like that. Are you going to be live for the fight? Yeah, I go live for every single main card. Tap in to E-Rock MMA on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all the fucking things, okay? All of them. All of them. All right, E-Rock, finna tug out. Finna tug one out and then hit the bed. I'll catch y'all. All right, bro. Make sure you go on Reddit. All right, tap into the Reddit. All right, tap into the big booty. You know what I'm saying? Salute.